Alrighty guys, welcome back to another episode of Monkey Hero Adventures. As you can see, I've been out here doing some fates, working on the relic quest while I waited for over an hour and a half for this to pop, and it finally did. So we were going to pick up on the Sky Pirates right where we left off, and hey, look at that. Had to watch the whole first half of the USA World Cup, and now we have made it to the Weeping City of Mach. And yeah, we'll probably do this again for the last one, where after we do this, we'll get all the story, we'll get the last one unlocked, and we'll stop the video there, and I will queue up the last one and see how long it takes. I don't know if I'll get to do that today or not, because time's running out before I have to go to work, but yeah. In contrast to Void Arc, which I said was the easiest 24-man they had released up to this point, this was widely regarded as definitely the hardest at the time. Obviously, again, you know, these are kind of a joke now, because even with the stat squish and item level sync and everything, it doesn't work quite well enough, and everything dies really quick. Although, I said that in Void Arc, and as you could see, we ended up with, yeah, some not that great DPS people. Much like right now, you know, tanks just not putting things in AoEs, and it's taking a little longer to die, but that's okay. Alright, first boss. This boss was, isn't too hard. As a matter of fact, now with the extra damage, it's a little easy to cheese and not have to see all the mechanics, but yeah, this group is horrible. Who's calling it now? These guys are garbage. So this is going to take a while. And we will definitely have to do mechanics. Normally I would just stay up there and DPS the boss, as if you're quick enough you can, oh man, she's gonna yank me back up. Anyway, if you DPS her fast enough, you can kind of skip. And you get her down to 1, and then she just dies when she falls. As you can see, we are nowhere near 1. We are barely at 50, so that's not good. Boy, people just don't want to break people out either, do they? Still pretty easy though. Man, didn't see any rogue gear in the in Void Arc or this one. Crazy. No ninja gear for me. This gear's okay, but the Void Arc gear looks really cool. Stuck on an imaginary wall. Hopefully I won't be too distracted. The World Cup game is back on now. Team USA is up 1-0 right now on Wales. I think corner kick and still 1-0. Yeah. next boss isn't really hard, but he does have some insta-death mechanics, so that should be interesting. I'll have to stay on my toes. Just in case our healers, everybody, don't know what's going on, but it's really the third boss that used to be the party finder killer back in the day. I'll wait to let that one be revealed for you. And then the final boss is kind of a joke. Normally I don't even waste my time killing those because other people should be able to do it, but well, again, I don't really trust this group, so everybody stand in a bleeding butthole. What you're thinking, but Monkey, why not you? Well, I'm melee, so I need to stay on the boss. So for these, we all stack together. As long as you're stacking with one other person, you will not get screwed up there. Evil Mist. Just an AoE. Alright, so this is different. This time, you want to get hit by one of these. You need to have that zombify on you. No. Oh, but you only want one of them, not multiple. Let's see if they know how to tank the ads correctly. Again, so from now on, you want to get hit by one of these because it's going to give you a stack of Zombify, which means Megadeth won't instant kill you. As you can see, our dancer is about to die. So is our healer. Goodbye. Of course, it would pick me. This is what I wanted to save my self-healing for, and I wasn't able to do it. And our healer's casting stone instead of Medica 2. Healer LV3, get everybody back up. Let's go. Goodbye Dancer again. Goodbye White Mage again. Not paying attention to what they're supposed to be doing. Oh my god, there's so many dead people. Flaming buttholes coming up. Oh no, this is this. Please tell me. Oh damn it. Don't run them this way. Evil Mist. Alright, we're good right here. And Bob is your uncle. Get out of here. I'm a little worried about Ozma, I'm not gonna lie. Hey, finally something. It's crappy pants, but let's go. There's a sense of relief being Team B because you don't have to do the mechanics over there that A and C have to do. But knowing there's a bunch of new people that might not know how to do it, I was a little worried they weren't going to do their stuff so we get the Big Berry to not die. And here's Ozma. Oh, the party finder killer. At least she used to be. Alrighty. I knew this thing was here up in the air. Look at this shit. This is very amazing, actually. What's up, babe? Yep, I see it. Oh, mommy found it? Good job. And daughter was showing me a picture of some toys. Look at this. Somebody's got some amazing little things there for us. And here we go. And immediately the Dragoon goes to the wrong place. Immediately the wrong place. Luckily on the first one, it doesn't matter that much. So those meteors overlap. Everybody gets a big stack and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. And again, the first one, not that bad. Alright, triangle is get the fuck out of there. And then come back and DPS some. Oh, and then 2 people get dice. We did not get dice, so we don't have to worry about it. They did. They blew up because they didn't stop moving. Oh, and now we're going into the next phase. This one's pretty easy. You're just killing this. When it does assimilation, make sure to look away. And there's a countdown going on, but it is so slow. I don't think I've ever seen it go down. Where it's like, oh my god, countdown to the end of the world. But as long as you get out of there and into here, you're good. Oh, we are already back. Square is get really close and don't be on the tank. Oh great, they're dropping directly on top of each other. That could be a wipe. Alright, I do have self-healing. And apparently, years later, when you have new people, it's still a shit show. And our main boss. Ooh, those toenails need to be clipped. And the fingernails. You got some dangerous hair. Califasteri. That is one name. Ad phase. I'm having a lot of input lag, and this is not fun. Turned it right into me while I was doing the limit break, but that's okay. So this is the heart of the ruins, eh? You've done a fine job dismantling the defenses, Monkey. I only wish we could have had the same success, but Radley and her talents were nowhere to be found. Yes, it is quite distressing, but we must focus on claiming the prize at hand. The Nullstone is ours. Mwahahaha! You've left such an inviting trail of destruction to follow. I see you found the relic then. Wonderful. Lord Diabolos will be so pleased. And look here, I brought you a gift of thanks for all your hard work. This is the lovely lass you've been oh so desperately seeking, isn't it? Unless you wish to see her rend limb from limb, then you will hand over the Nullstone. You think I care about the worthless limbs? That woman's done naught but cause us grief, and I thought to crow over her grave. Don't give me that look, Radlia. What? You thought I was here to save your sorry hide? You've never been aught but an obstacle to me. Do you remember the first time we met? You were roaring with laughter at the sight of all them Allegan relics until I used your pretty blonde head as a stepping stone. Damn you, you selfish bastard, and damn me for expecting you to act any different. If I had my weapons, I'd blow a bloody hole in your belly. Have you forgotten how awful a shot you are? Not much of a threat when I've seen that you missed the side of a cathedral at 10 yalms. Silence, you grinning fool. You've ruined my moment, and now I'll ruin your smirking face. Now, puss. What? Ah, it burns. This world is not your stage, unholy harlequin. Be gone from our realm. Clever farce, mortals, but the show is not over. Not until you scream. The bugger got away. And I think we'd best do the same. Ooh, Diabolus was watching. Now that was some excitement, wasn't it, Monkey? Probably a little too much for Radlia, but we gave her a bed to sleep off the worst of her ordeal. She'll likely be back to her usual cheerful self in no time. Quite a successful John, all told. You and me make a pretty good partnership. But I've got words for you, Furball. You said that relic would obliterate a void sin completely. Seems to me that foppish fiend just got scorched before he slipped away. Oh, that? That was scarcely a fraction of the Nullstone's true power. Once I have learned how to unleash its full potential, such demons shall be consumed like gnats caught in a bonfire. So you're telling me our secret weapon ain't ready for battle. You might as well be wielding a blunt sword. Might I remind you that this blunted sword stung our foe sufficiently to free the Lady Pirate, a result which we had not achieved with your blustering words alone. Bah, I was ready to flee with Radley if things took a turn for the worse. But you're right. You had the presence of mind to take advantage of my bluff, and it was your actions that saved her in the end. We might be waiting a while before Radley finally decides to wake up, but not so long that you've got time to fit away on some other adventure. Come join me in my quarters and we'll ask her a few questions as soon as she's ready to talk. Oh there, Monkey. Might as well make yourself comfortable while we wait on Radlia. Besides, after fighting through them ruins, I'd wager you could use the rest. Where's the rest of my crew? Surely there were other survivors. Tell me, Radlia, what drove you to risk exploring old Mach? The compass sent you there, aye, but you were after the Void Ark. You knew something, didn't you? I found a book. We were looting these strange ruins in the Sea of Clouds, and one of the lads dug up a tome. It had passages that described the Void Ark and a powerful relic called the Null Stone. A tome scribed by a Machi sorcerer, mayhap. Captain, do you happen to know the author of this work? The words are muddled by obscuring magics. Excuse me. 1,500 years have faded its pages. There is much that remains illegible. But what little my darling cutthroats and I could decipher suggests it was written by a mage of exceptional status. See for yourself. If what the book says is true, the Ark is a source of immeasurable power. With that ship under my command and the mysteries of the Mach in my possession, I had thought to crown myself Queen of the Skies. And now, look how well that turned out. What manner of sky pirate, what manner of queen can't even keep her own crew alive? Radlia, is it not? Would I be correct in assuming that you seek revenge against the Voidsaw who slaughtered your comrades? Of course I want revenge. The hell-spawned shit-gobbler killed my crew. If he were here right now, I'd gouge out his eyes and choke him to death with my bare, bloody hands. You are not alone in your desire to bring an end to these abominations. Will you not join us in our endeavor to secure peace for the skies? Will you not join the Talon's strength to ours? What strength? The way things are right now, I doubt I could keep the peace in a monastery. This is not to do with personal grudges either. I don't have the men. All my best fighters died in the ruins, and the dregs that are left are scarce shape enough to be called talons. Sharp enough. Did you leave your spine back in the ruins, Radlia? You've had your wings clipped, no mistake, but that's no reason to give up the life. I thought we'd rescued a sky pirate, not some cur that turns tail when her pack ain't there to bite for her. I know what you're trying to do, Red Bill, but I've lost my taste for glory. You can have the cursed book. Just be sure to make that bastard pay. Hey, Furball. How quickly do you think you can decipher that ratty old tome? I need you to figure out exactly how your relic works. Aye. You sent that one fiend squealing in fear, but that ain't enough. What you've told me, we need to aim for some of that obliteration if we're going to take down the Shadow Queen. The rest of you, put everything you got into doing what you do best. Be that research or blade work. Overdoing is doing it just right, if you get my meaning. I'll decorate my walls with voice heads if I have to. The sky should belong to no one.
The Nullstone has fallen into mortal hands. 1,000 apologies, Lord Diobalos. I shall personally wring each and every one of their scrawny necks. The time for skulking in the shadows has ended. I am grown weary of these meddling vermin. The power of the Shadow Queen waxeth full soon. Mine ardent desire shall pass from dream into dark reality.
Monkey, Kate Sith just sent me to find you. You have a proper knack for showing up just at the right time, you know that? Anyway, Kate Sith cracked open that tome we got from Radley and has been studying all the Nullstone secrets. He thinks he may be onto something important, not just concerning Diabolos and the Shadow Queen, but also the cat himself. Come back to the Parrot, we can all hear what he has to say together. As I suspected, the tome was penned by a Machi sorcerer of superior standing, as well as detailing the methods of which the full power of the Nullstone might be unleashed. Its pages also contain a number of revelations concerning my master, High Void Mage Cessair. If these stories are to be trusted, then it seems that Cessair herself was responsible for summoning Diabolos. But I thought you said your master was opposed to supporting the war effort. Why would she be the one to call upon the bat-winged monster? Cessair only agreed to the ritual as a means to bring the conflict to an early resolution. From what I can glean from these pages, Diabolos was intended as a bluff, a threat that was never to be exercised. But those arrogant imbeciles ignored my master's carefully laid restrictions and elected to unleash the fiend upon Amdapor. It was when Cessair moved to protest the act that she was branded a traitor and imprisoned. Once they had contained the opposition, the Void Mages studied all manner of otherworldly arts at the taloned feet of their new pet, the most dangerous of which was the rite of summoning Scaith, and the method for chaining her power. Yet even after all they had perpetrated, these ambitious fools had the gall to come crawling to Cessair when the coming of the Great Flood was predicted. They begged her to take control of the Void Ark for the salvation of the Machi people. As you saw yourself, however, the energies of the Shadow Queen broke loose and turned the vessel into a derelict nest of void scent. It seems obvious now that the arts taught by Diabolos were deliberately flawed. The only saving grace in all this madness was when that damnable fiend was sealed away by the white mages of Amdapor. I shudder to think what would have happened had he been reunited with his queen. So now 1,500 years later, Diabolos is looking to finish what he started. I thought that bat-faced bastard was just some opportunistic underling, but it turns out he's the main villain behind this whole mess. Were Cessair alive today, she would accept responsibility for unleashing Diabolos in the world. As the High Void Mage's familiar, it is my duty to act in her stead. I have deciphered the secrets of the Nullstone, and with its undiluted power, shall I erase Diabolos from existence. I like your spirit, Puss, but not to try to rush too quickly, eh? Getting yourself killed won't do us or your master any good. Wait. No one's rushing in anywhere just yet. Or have you forgotten they're still in the middle of scouting out the fiend's lair? We've got the compass to go by eye, but who knows what kind of place it'll lead us to, or how many demons will be lying when we get there. We fly in with our eyes open, or risk getting slaughtered like the Talons. Oh yes, speaking of which, the tome made mention of a potential location for... Leoford! He's behind you. Nay, curse you, fiend! At long last. This is far from over, demon. We will not allow an abomination like the Shadow Queen to rule this world. Then thou knowest not of ruling. It is might which decideth dominion.
But believe what thou mayest, frail creature. You are playthings. Your screams of denial shall amuse me as I send this rock and all upon it to shatter upon the ground below.
Gods, is that Radlia? Where's she been hiding that ship?
I would not tire my arm with the swatting of so many flies. The Nullstone is mine, and there is yet much to be done.
Well, well, ain't I a lucky sod? 2 demons in one day. Found some new dogs to lick your boots, Radlia. Is that any way to welcome me back to the life? You needed allies, and persuading our reluctant fellows to join in common purpose is a feat only a woman of my charming beauty could accomplish. And besides, you look too injured to be much use to anyone. You'd best take your bed, old man. Let me and your champion take care of the void scent. What? So you can tuck tail and run again at the first sign of trouble? You'd not even be standing there if it wasn't for me. And even with my arm busted, I'm still twice the pirate you are. Nay, I think you should stay behind this time, Leofard. We must pursue Diabolos without you. Time is of the essence, and we cannot afford to wait for you to heal. We must take advantage of Captain Radley's reinforcements and proceed with all haste. Did the demon drop you on your head, Furball? Without me there to run things, you'll end up getting in Monkey's way. And no one's making haste anywhere until we know what we're flying into. Again, Captain Radley may hold the answer to that dilemma. I suspect that the island where she uncovered the Machi tome is the very location where Diabolos has chosen his lair. This floating marvel I speak of is not a natural occurrence. It was constructed as a haven for refugees for the floods. The tome makes a very clear reference to the island's purpose, and describes in detail the void-sent sorcery employed in its creation. As the Vordyke never arrived at its destination, however, the island remained uninhabited. I can imagine no more suitable hideaway for our scheming fiend. Even better, Diabolos will not expect us to suddenly arrive on his secluded doorstep. The Talon fleet will carve us a path through the lesser fiends, and we shall strike swiftly into the heart of the confusion to seize the Nullstone. Once the relic is secured, I will use its power to obliterate our devilish foe. As a sky pirate, surely you can understand how such an assault relies on speed and surprise. We cannot have a wounded companion slow us down, and potentially doom the entire enterprise. So you think that you're in charge now, do you, Puss? Poor broken Leoford's just some dead weight you need to cut away. You know what? I've had a bellyful of your meowing in any case. Go on, fly off without me and see how far you get without your thrice-damned enterprise. Captain Radlia, compare the dictation indicated by the ectocompass to your navigational records, if you please. I think we'll find the coordinates coincide with the island in question. Certainly, and feel free to board our flagship when you're set to depart. My darling's large enough to accommodate your adventurer and his fellows with room to spare. Alrighty guys, I do not have another hour and a half to 2 hours to wait on a dungeon pop, so for right now, that is going to be the end of this video. When I come back, we will get Scaith done, finish the post story there, and yeah, put this 24-man raid series to rest. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.